As we look forward to the 2018 season, we're about a week and a day away from two-a-days. I know players don't necessarily look forward to two-a-days. What are the coaches' attitudes going into two-a-days?
Oh, you're excited. You know, you have the summer, and what we do is, you know, being an assistant so many years, and kind of being a head coach, you know, at times we got burned out during the summer. So what I've tried to do is you know, once we get out of school through June and the first half of July, is the coaches have a lot of freedom. And we don't do a whole lot, and then once the second week of July hits, you know, we hit it pretty hard, and it usually gives them the time to recharge, and by the time we go into our mini camp in July, the coaches are pretty fired up.
Big summer for a couple of your individual players. Riley Keller earning MVP status at a Michigan camp this summer, and then Kevon Butler getting plenty of offers, including a big one from Alabama. When you look at Riley, when you look at Kevon, you've obviously got two stars on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. What do those two guys bring to the team?
Oh, both of them bring leadership. You know, Riley, you know, he's earned it through what he has done, and you know, he's really in charge of the offense, and to get them going. And then, you know, Kevon has done a great job in the offseason. You know, when he's been around, and he's not in the sport, but when he's been around, he's been great. You know, there's been a couple of times where we're not maybe having the best workout, and you'll hear Kevon, and he'll get going.
Kevon, a young man, plenty of talent, hasn't always applied himself maybe off the field. We've seen a little bit of a turnaround academically with Kevon.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is what it is, and he knew going in this year what he had to do to succeed academically, and up to this point, he's done that.
When you have two kids like that, does it make it tougher or easier for you as a coach? Obviously, they've got a lot of talent, but at the same time, they can be frustrated with maybe some lesser talented teammates.
Yeah, I don't know. I would rather have them than not have them. You know, what they bring to this team is you can't replace. So definitely would rather have them.
They're not the only stars you've got coming back. Quite a bit of talent coming back from last year's team. Obviously, some good players graduated as well. Overall, what's the depth of this Panther team looking like?
We look at about 6 guys on offense returning and 6 on defense. So we're going to be young at linebacker, and we're also be young at safety on defense. But we also, our D-line is pretty stout. You know, and we have Payshawn Wimberly in the secondary, and Eric Mathis. You know, they're both returning. So it's a good mix, I think, defensively, and then offensively, we're young at receiver. But I really think this group of receivers, their potential is probably going to be better than what we had last year.
Before we get into the 2018 season, let's backtrack a little bit. We talked a little about Kevon and Riley. Obviously, you've had plenty of kids recruited for college football. This past season, college football recruiting's changed a little bit. There have been some changes in terms of the early signing day in December. They changed the calendar in the summer very much. From a high school coach's perspective, are these changes working? Do you like what the NCAA has changed in terms of when coaches can contact, when coaches can't contact?
You know, I'm still trying to figure out, even in year 3, the recruiting game, because it changes all the time. And you know, having Kevon and Riley, it was busy. This spring was busy. You know, we had coaches in December, all the way into January, and then, you know, when they're allowed to come back in, you know, almost every day you have almost 3 coaches coming in. So it's been busy time for me, where I usually would have some free time during that. There was no free time this year.
What have you learned from this recruiting process? Are you able to glean some things from college coaches and apply it to this Whitmer program?
You know, it's always a resource. Obviously, if they want somebody, you know, Riley or Kevon to come into them, they're open themselves up. And you know, we have plenty of offers, and we can go pretty much any school that we want to clinic if we want to. When they're in, I know, you know, we had quarterback coaches coming in to watch Riley throw. Our quarterbacks coach, his dad is our offensive coordinator. You know, they're always picking their brains. So, you know, it's a good resource.
What coaches have most impacted you as a coach yourself? Who did you look up to as you were rising up the ranks of coaching?
You just start with Dan Folt. Dan Folt was my high school coach in Fremont. He's the reason I'm at Whitmer. He brought me up. I was kind of a late bloomer, went to college, didn't go, had a family, went back. He stayed with me the whole time. Was able to get me a job up here. So he's been a mentor to me. Joe Palka, definitely. You know, he came in 2006 and he changed completely what we did here. And we still do, you know, the blueprint of what he brought is still here, and we still use. And you know, the knowledge that I got from him, watching him and learning from him, and then Jerry, you know, Coach Bell as he took over, you know, just he helped me go from, you know, he kind of prepped me to be head coach because he knew I would, if it wasn't here, it would be somewhere, you know, and he brought me up as an assistant head coach and and kind of introduced me to the recruiting part of it, the ordering, just all the day-to-day stuff.
What, as we sit here in the middle of summer, what do you think the realistic goals for this Whitmer Panther team is?
Oh, it's always we kind of go in stages. It's first be undefeated in your non-conference, then it's to win the track, and then obviously it's not just to get in the playoffs, but it's to win. And we came one step short. You're shooting for the Final Four and then see what happens. We got beat in the regional finals, so definitely the regional finals is the ultimate goal, and then after that, let's see what we can do.